They say there is a hidden doorway inside you, a doorway ancient civilizations guarded as their greatest treasure. In the temples of Egypt, in the mountains of Tibet, in the forgotten cities beneath the sands, initiates were taught that once you unlock your third eye, you no longer see the world, you shape it. They called it the Eye of Horus, a point where your pineal gland becomes a beacon, your thoughts become commands, and the universe itself begins to move in your favor. Today, this isn't just a legend. There is a method, a sacred activation that allows you to open your third eye instantly, align your vibration with the law of attraction, and turn your inner vision into reality. And by the end of this video, you will experience that activation for yourself. You will know exactly how to prepare, how to enter the state, and how to let your third eye guide the universe into conspiring for your destiny.
Long before modern science spoke of the pineal gland, ancient civilizations understood its true power. In Egypt, it was carved into temple walls as the Eye of Horus. In India, yogis depicted it as the lotus with 1,000 petals, the crown of spiritual awakening. In Mesoamerica, shamans used it to journey beyond the visible world. They believed that this inner eye was more than an organ. It was a gateway, a point where perception and creation merge, where what you see internally becomes what you experience externally. Today, we know that the pineal gland, located deep in the brain, regulates our sleep cycles, produces melatonin, and possibly DMT, a compound linked to mystical visions. But the ancients didn't need microscopes or laboratories. They experienced it directly. They trained their minds to move beyond the physical senses, to quiet the noise of the outer world, and to awaken this inner sun. Once activated, the third eye became the control center for shaping reality itself in harmony with the law of attraction. What's fascinating is that modern neuroscience is now catching up. Researchers such as Brazilian Dr. Sergio Felipe de Oliveira, a renowned authority on the pineal gland and its spiritual scientific implications, have shown that focused intention combined with specific visualization techniques can alter measurable brain activity, synchronize hemispheres, and produce gamma brainwave states associated with deep insight and creative manifestation. And this is the first truth you need to remember. Your third eye isn't about seeing what is. It's about creating what can be.
When your third eye opens, something subtle but profound happens. Your relationship with reality shifts. You no longer see events as random occurrences. You begin to feel the thread connecting them. The right people cross your path, the right opportunities appear, and the exact resources you need seem to flow to you without force. Ancient masters explain this through spiritual language. When the eye is single, the body is full of light. Today, quantum physicists describe a similar phenomenon. Your observation doesn't just record reality, it influences it. The third eye is the interface between the observer and the field of infinite potential. This is why activating your third eye instantly aligns you with the law of attraction. Your inner vision becomes coherent, your emotional frequency becomes stable, and your intentions radiate like a signal the universe can't ignore. Modern studies in neurocardiology and brain coherence show that when heart and brain rhythms synchronize, your electromagnetic field expands, influencing matter in subtle ways. Dr. Sergio's work points to the pineal gland as the amplifier of this signal, a biological antenna that can send and receive information beyond space and time. The more refined your inner signal, the faster reality reorganizes around it. And this is why ancient initiates saw the third eye not as a symbol of enlightenment alone, but as the key to shaping destiny itself.
Before you can open your third eye instantly, you must first clear the lens through which it sees. Imagine looking through a glass covered in dust. The image is distorted, and your perception is clouded. In spiritual practice, this dust takes the form of overthinking, unresolved emotions, and sensory overload. Ancient meditation techniques, from Tibetan Trataka, focused gazing, to Egyptian sun rituals, were designed to cleanse the mind and awaken clarity. The pineal gland, like any other part of your body, is influenced by your daily choices. Fluoride-heavy diets, excessive screen exposure, and chronic stress can calcify it, literally covering your inner lens with a crust that dulls perception. But the reverse is also true. You can purify it. Dr. Sergio recommends daily exposure to natural sunlight, especially at dawn, mindful breathing to oxygenate the brain, and specific sound frequencies like 936 Hz, which studies suggest resonate with the pineal gland's vibrational signature. Clearing the lens doesn't require years of retreat. It begins with a decision to limit mental toxins, consume living water, and create moments of stillness in your day. This prepares the ground for what we will do together at the end of this journey, your instant third eye activation.
Opening the third eye is not just a mechanical process, it's a state of being. Your body can be still, your eyes closed, yet your mind racing with distractions. For activation to happen instantly, we must prepare the mind to enter a receptive state. This begins with alpha descent, shifting your brainwaves from busy beta states into calm alpha frequencies, the bridge to the deeper theta realm. Dr. Sergio's research highlights that when the prefrontal cortex quiets, the pineal gland can receive more sensory-free input from the quantum field. In practical terms, you must quiet the noise. A simple way to do this is the 4-7-8 breath. Inhale for 4 counts, hold for 7, exhale for 8. This oxygenates your brain, slows your heart rate, and signals your nervous system that it's safe to open deeper channels. The ancients understood this as entering the temple within. The outer world disappears, your awareness folds inward, and the pineal gland, your sacred altar, begins to glow. Once the mind is prepared, the activation itself can happen in seconds. But without this preparation, the signal is weak and scattered.
Across Egypt, Tibet, and Mesoamerican temples, there was a shared understanding. The third eye was not simply an organ, it was a gate. Hieroglyphs depict the Eye of Horus as both a protective force and a key to divine insight. In Vedic tradition, the Ajna chakra sits between the brows, described as the command center of consciousness. Though separated by oceans and centuries, these civilizations followed an almost identical activation pattern. 1. Silence the outer senses to reduce interference. 2. Focused inward, turning perception into inner vision. 3. Charge the pineal gland through breath, sound, and light. Dr. Sergio's research reveals that this sequence is more than symbolic. It reflects measurable changes in brain chemistry. During activation, the pineal releases dimethyltryptamine, or DMT, a molecule linked to dream states and mystical experiences. This biochemical spark alters perception, dissolving the boundary between inner and outer worlds. When applied correctly, this blueprint does not take years of training. With the right guidance, which you will experience at the end of this video, the shift can be instantaneous, creating a state where your thoughts and emotions broadcast into the quantum field with precision.
The third eye is not activated by thought alone. Vision without emotion is like lightning without thunder, bright but fleeting. To truly open your third eye, your vision must be felt in the body, as if it is already real. This is where the law of attraction merges with the mechanics of consciousness. Ancient initiates practiced emotive visualization, seeing the desired reality through the third eye, while flooding the body with the emotions of already living it. Dr. Sergio often emphasized that the pineal gland responds not only to electromagnetic signals, but also to neurochemical states. Gratitude, joy, and awe trigger hormonal cascades that enhance pineal activity. When these emotions align with a mental image, the brain treats it as a present reality and begins influencing your behavior, decisions, and even the events around you to match it. By aligning emotion and vision, you transform your third eye into a projector, not just a passive observer. This is the emotional fuel that will drive the instant activation we will perform together.
Breath is the bridge between body and spirit. Every spiritual tradition has its version of sacred breathing, from pranayama in yoga to the Egyptian breath of the hawk. These methods all share one goal: oxygenate, energize, and awaken the central axis of consciousness. The pineal gland is located deep within the brain, yet it is highly sensitive to changes in blood flow and oxygen levels. Dr. Sergio's observations showed that rhythmic breathing patterns, especially those involving breath retention, can stimulate pineal perfusion, increasing its electromagnetic output. One simple but potent technique is the ascending breath. Inhale slowly from the base of the spine, imagining energy rising through the chakras. Hold for a few seconds, focusing on the brow point. Exhale gently, visualizing light radiating from the center of your forehead. This breath awakens the cerebrospinal fluid's movement, subtly massaging the pineal gland and preparing it for activation. By the time we reach the end of this journey, your pineal will be primed, oxygen-rich, and ready to open fully.
Every doorway has a key, and for the third eye, that key is frequency. Ancient chants, Tibetan bowls, and Egyptian sistrums were not primitive instruments. They were tuning devices designed to resonate with the pineal gland. Modern research confirms that certain sound frequencies, particularly around 936 Hz, stimulate the pineal gland and synchronize the brain's hemispheres. Dr. Sergio observed that this synchronization creates a heightened state of coherence where thought and intention become more precise and powerful. When you vocalize a sacred tone, such as the mantra Om or its Egyptian counterpart, you're not just making sound, you're creating a vibrational bridge between the physical and the non-physical. The sound waves travel through the bones of your skull, directly massaging the pineal gland and amplifying its electromagnetic field. At the end of this video, when we perform the activation, you will use this frequency key in combination with breath and visualization. It will be the sound that turns the lock and allows your inner sight to swing open.
Before the third eye can see clearly, it must pierce through the illusions that cloud perception. These illusions aren't just external lies. They are internal distortions, fears, limiting beliefs, and inherited mental patterns. In the temples of initiation, aspirants were guided through symbolic trials, darkness, labyrinths, mirrored halls, all designed to confront them with their own illusions. Only by recognizing the false could they awaken to the true. Dr. Sergio's insights point to the same principle. The brain constructs reality based on memory, expectation, and belief. When the third eye opens, it bypasses this filter, revealing a more direct connection to the field of consciousness. But if the illusions are too strong, the vision gets distorted. That is why, before activation, we practice mental purification, releasing judgment, loosening rigid beliefs, and entering a state of openness. In this space, the third eye doesn't just see more, it sees truth.
Now we arrive at the threshold, the moment where all preparation, breath, focus, frequency, and emotional alignment converges. The activation we will perform is not symbolic. It is a direct stimulation of your pineal gland and the opening of your inner vision. Here is the preparation sequence. 1. Posture. Sit with your spine aligned, chin slightly lowered as if bowing to the inner self. 2. Hands. Place them in a mudra of choice, ideally touching thumb and index to form a circuit. 3. Eyes. Closed, but gently turned upward toward the brow center. 4. Breath. Begin the ascending breath, slow and deliberate. You are not trying to force the third eye open. You are creating the perfect conditions for it to open by itself. The moment it does, you will feel a subtle pressure, warmth, or light in the center of your forehead. At the end of this video, I will guide you through the activation itself, a combination of sound, breath, and visualization that will unlock your third eye instantly.
You are ready. Follow my words closely. Inhale deeply from the base of your spine, drawing energy upward. Hold the breath and focus on the brow point. Chant the sacred tone Om or Ra, feeling the vibration echo inside your skull. Visualize a radiant indigo sphere pulsing in the center of your forehead, expanding with each sound. Exhale slowly, imagining the sphere releasing beams of light into the universe. As the vibration fills your mind, feel your pineal gland glowing like a lighthouse in the ocean of consciousness. This is the moment of instant activation. Your third eye is no longer dormant. Stay in this state for several breaths. Observe. Notice how thoughts become images and images begin to feel real. This is the third eye shaping reality.
What you have just experienced is not a new invention. It is a bridge, a meeting point between the silent halls of ancient temples and the illuminated labs of modern science. The third eye activation you felt today, the shift in your perception, the opening of that inner lens, has roots stretching back thousands of years. Egyptian initiates guarded it under the symbol of the Eye of Horus. Yogis in the Himalayas protected it in the stillness of meditation. Mayan seers encoded it into the geometry of their temples. Back then, they didn't speak of the pineal gland or neurotransmitters. They spoke of light, of visions, of the inner sun. Yet their practices, breath, visualization, and focus, were doing exactly what modern science now confirms: stimulating the pineal gland, harmonizing brainwave patterns, and altering the body's electromagnetic field. The difference is that today we can understand the mechanics. We can see how a precise combination of intention, visualization, and breath instantly changes neural activity. We can measure how this inner alignment sends a clear frequency into the universe, a signal that, by the law of attraction, begins to reorganize reality in your favor. This is not magic, yet it feels like it. It's the science of vibration wearing the robe of ancient ritual. It's the echo of voices from pyramids and monasteries, now translated into the language of the modern mind. Once you unlock your third eye, you're not just seeing more, you're shaping more. The universe becomes clay in the hands of your awakened perception. So when you walk away from this video, remember, you have touched something timeless. Not a trend, not a theory, but a living thread that runs from the dawn of civilization to this exact moment. And now it's woven into you.
If you've reached this moment, you already feel the stirring inside you. Your third eye is not a myth. It is a living gateway. And now you hold the key. Close your eyes tonight and repeat the process you learned here. Watch as your instant activation becomes a doorway to synchronicities, clarity, and a reality that bends in your favor. And if this journey has moved something in you, share it in the comments. Your experience might be the sign someone else was waiting for. Subscribe because each video here is not just content, it's a step deeper into your awakening. And when you return for the next message, you'll be ready for the next level. Your third eye is open. The universe is listening. Now, it's your move.